everybody, Steve Dow here with Bruiser Baits, Bass Addiction Gear, Flat Out Tungstens. Well, the long wait for Bait X / the Rampage is finally over. It's hard to believe, but 4 years ago, the first email and drawings were set for this bait. 4 years ago. What took 4 years? Endless drawings, endless tests, endless cavities, 3D cavities, CADs, equipment failure, not swimming right, swimming too fast, not enough kick, not enough tail, too thick of plastic, too thin of plastic. If you name it, we ran into it. Issues venting the mold. It's a big bait. So, without further ado, it is finally here, but let's take you back in history a little bit and kind of talk about the why we wanted this bait. We wanted this bait because we had 4 baits that kind of did everything good, but not all perfect. Our Kickin' King, phenomenal sound, big, bulky, chunky bait. Its little brother, the Kickin' Frog, subtle, gets 8, has a perfect shape. You can throw it on literally any hook, runs great. Our Super Swimmer, one of our oldest baits. We loved, and most of you do, love this flex on the Super Swimmer. It's a tough, durable, strong bait. It does a phenomenal job. One of our highest sellers. And then a bait that I brought out about 3 years ago, actually not 3 years ago, it was longer than that. It's probably close to 7 years ago. I quit carrying it about 3 years ago because I just couldn't get it to inject right because it was too big in the center. Not from swimming, but from drying and injecting. And I had a low cavity volume, so I shut the door on. This is the Bass Addiction Kickerfish Max. Some of you guys remember this. It swam subsurface phenomenally. Still does. Just had issues with the mold and the drying times. So, all 4 of those together. By the way, this did not burn well on top. Now we have something that have all those characteristics built into one. This is a 5.25 inch bulky, aggressive, big fish killer. What was its prerequisites? It's very simple. We set up boxes to check, and as we moved through the revisions, we got to about 6 or 7. It finally started doing everything on our list. It had to cast a country mile. First time I threw it on this 8-to-1 Kistler rod and reel, 7.6 heavy fast, I spooled the you know what out of it. I backlashed it so bad. Had to turn my gain down, my braking down, because this paired, the Rampage paired with 50-pound goat rope, I spooled it. You can throw all the line off your rod. It throws a country mile. It's heavy and bulky because you want to cover a ton of water with it. Second thing, it had to run and disperse water subsurface, just like the Kickerfish Max did. And it does a phenomenal job of that. The gait on this is crazy. It tends to rock back and forth. Every once in a while it'll throw out on its side, almost look like an injured fish. And you'll see later as you watch, we have evidence of these getting destroyed. But when we got to version 7, we noticed that the subsurface was perfect. So we nailed that. It had to be able to be burned on top. It had to make good sound. It had to be able to burn on top, which this one didn't do, but our Kickin' King or our Kickin' Frog does quite well. Great sound is a big deal. If it doesn't make good sound, if it doesn't bubble right, if it doesn't burn good on a 7.3, you're going to be cranking a little quick. 8-to-1 was perfect. I have some people throw it on spinning rods, 5 and 6-to-1. No big deal. It had to sound great. It does sound great. It had to be durable. This is made with saltwater plastic that has been reduced down. If that makes sense. Saltwater plastic that's been reduced down. And we wanted to make it tough. We wanted to make it be able to hang on to a hook well, a screw lock, which I'll get to in a minute. We did that as well. But we wanted it to be soft enough to have good movement. So we nailed that. It is designed to target bigger bass. The average fish is 4 up, and you'll see that in the videos. Have I caught a 2-pounder on it? Yeah, but most of them are bigger, way bigger. We did all those things, and we're so happy to announce the release of this. I have been dying to release this for, as I said, 4 years. It's been a long journey. We have 13 colors. I'll hold up a couple. A lot of them are in our normal, color patterns that we already have, our other names, or the names that we have. We will be adding some down the road, but right now we're going to launch 13. And I can make them in custom colors. Not laminates, but tails. I can make tail colors custom, and I can make solids custom, your color, okay? Because I make those in-house. So, what was the missing link of the Rampage? The bait. Once we nailed the bait down, once we got the revision 9 and 10 and it was finally ready for sale, what was the biggest deal? What was the biggest obstacle left? Was finding the exact hook. So I designed one. I got a VMC EWG extra heavy wide gap. I put our own weight in the center, and I gave it a big screw lock. A big screw lock that I put on in the package for you, 2 per pack, and it's called the Rampage hook. It comes in a 5 and a 6/0. You can use the 6. We recommend the 6 on the Rampage, but you can throw a 5 on the Super Swimmer. You can throw a 5 on the stick worm and do the dead stick trick. It's got just enough weight to flutter down. So this is a multi-versatile hook. I've used this on a ton of stuff, and it's worked phenomenal. You can throw it on our new Bruiser bullet too. So that is it. The Rampage is finally here. It does a lot of things well. They'll be on the website late March, and we can't wait to get them out there. There are a lot of stores that are already on pre-order. And listen, if your store doesn't have them contact us or order them off the website. Either way. Once again, the Rampage finally out. 4 years. The wait is over. Does a lot of things really good. We're ready to go. But don't take my word for it. Look at some of these clips and photos of our staffers that these got leaked from version 7 to 10. They crushed it. Thanks again. Once again, Steve with Bruiser, Bass Station Gear, and Flat Out Tungstens. Tight lines, everybody. See you out on the water. Second trophy catch on the Rampage. And that's the new Rampage hook. Rampage hook. There we go. That's an 8-pounder all day long. Rampage revision 8. Camera wasn't on, but
New hook.
it got crushed on the new Rampage hook. Handmade, right?
Dude, that's a giant. Can we go to it? Stay on. You gotta get on the board. I waited on that one. Woo. I wasn't looking, but it came plumb out of the water. That's like a 7.
All right.
on the
prototype. On the prototype. Bobby's had this in his tackle box for a month now.
This is the last one I got. Oh my god. I wish I would have seen it. The fish came plumb out of the water. I seen it like corner of my eye. I just kept reeling it. The rod started loading. I said, uh-oh.
So, yeah. Bobby just caught a donkey on the freaking prototype. I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh my god, you got a scale, right?
Yes, we do. Here, hold. Talk about your double fister.
Yeah, so
Here,
I mean
we got 8 up there. I gotta find more.
yeah, you definitely do. I mean, it's just another add to the arsenal on the Bruiser side of things. It's a perfect top buzzing swim bait, and I've just loved it so far. We've had multiple prototypes, but I think we're finally starting to get it right.
We're close. And just think, that's revision number 6 or 7.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's more after that to fine tune it.
Yeah. Been through a lot of them, but we kind of had a hard time getting it to the point where
bulky but not plow.
Yeah, bulk it but not plow. So like to the point where we don't have to reel it so fast to get it to buzz. But I think we're finally getting it there.
Yes. Yes. She don't shake. Okay. Oops. 0.
Holy crap! That's a fat one.
8.6. We're coming after you, small water charters.
Show the camera if it's still on there.
8.6, baby.
Hell yeah. What's up, Bubba? What's up? Oh, that splash. How about the same size of the other one almost?
Another Rampage, big boy.
a good one. That was the coolest bite ever. That fish came out of, I mean, the water was barely over his back. Barely over his back. Yes. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Woohoo! That's a nice one, man. That is a nice one. That was the coolest bite ever, I tell you. Look at that.